The truth of this matter now, banditry has become a value chain, a business, in Zamfara and in the Northwest and by extension in Nigeria. Now, it is a value chain. There are people that are benefiting from it from top to bottom. Now, mining is just one leg of it. And like I said, the president knows who the miners are. The president knows. Everybody knows what is going on.
That is it. Everybody knows what is going on. Even your president, Bola Tinubu, knows the reason why this insecurity is getting worse every day by day in Nigeria. My people, finally, the truth is gradually coming out concerning this insecurity in Nigeria. Like, if God can open your eyes for you to see those that are involved in this insecurity in Nigeria, then you know that it is finished. Yes, like Nigeria politicians, they are running helter-skelter, like there is tension everywhere, especially today that US imposes visa restrictions on persecutors of Christians, violators of religious freedom in Nigeria. Like, internet is on fire because Nigerians are waiting patiently for US to publish their names. Look at this breaking news, like what happened today in the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives has asked the federal government to review the financiers of the terrorism and banditry in Nigeria. The lower legislative chamber passed the resolution during Wednesday plenary after adopting a report of its security debate which took place last week. So the House of Representatives is pushing and also forcing Nigeria government to publish the names of these sponsors and financiers of this terrorism in Nigeria. So we'll be waiting for Nigeria government to publish their names, which US is going to do like very, very soon if Nigeria government refuses to do that, my people. Like, there is fire on the mountain. Even today, Akpabio said, Trump is on our neck. He now rejects bow and go treatment for SCDS Musa. So today, they really interrogated and scrutinized General Christopher Musa. Before, they would just bow and go. You guys saw what happened during ministerial screening. My people, these people really messed up everything. But today, the story has changed because of the pressure US and Donald Trump is mounting on Nigeria government. Okay, look at since Donald Trump said what he said concerning Nigeria. On a president never travel. I hope you guys are noticing it. Tinubu never traveled to France again, my people. Hey, man really pass man, honestly. My people, let me allow you guys to watch this particular video from this former senator from Zamfara. Like, he really exposed a lot of things that are going on in Nigeria when it comes to this insecurity. Take a listen. Do well to subscribe, like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comment section.
Assembly, Senator Kabiru Marafa is live for us virtually from Kaduna. And here with me is Honorable Tajuddin Yusuf. Both of them will be giving us insight on what the state of security in Nigeria and what Nigerians should expect, especially from this man who has now been saddled, who will be sworn in a moment from today as the new defense minister. Let me begin with Senator. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. Honorable Tajuddin Yusuf, thank you so much indeed for joining us. Senator Kabiru Marafa, it's good to see you again. Thanks so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, Phil.
I appreciate your time. Now, you're coming from, you are from Zamfara, one of the states that is highly embattled by these bandits. And you've seen what has happened over the last few months. Now, the decision of President Bola Tinubu to take this man who just retired as a CDS and nominate him as the as a defense minister. How do you appraise this decision? What do you make of the personality of this man who is going to soon be the defense minister?
Thank you. Thank you so much, my son, Sean, for having me today. I don't know. Let us start with why the decisions are taken, and that is what informed the decision of Mr. President to make the change, all the changes that he has done or he's going to do on the security architecture of the country. Let us not forget that the reason propelling the decision of Mr. President to effect this change is not because of because these issues have been around for quite some time, and many people have spoken about them. But it took the intervention of the United States of America, ably led by its president, President Donald Trump, to classify Nigeria as a country of particular concern, where there is a Christian genocide, and to tell the Nigerian leaders in unmistakable terms that killing Christians in Nigeria is quite unacceptable. Mr. Shehu, let me start by telling you that I share a different view from most Nigerians about these comments made by the United States. I strongly support the President of America, that is President Donald Trump, for issuing that I don't want to call it threat, but it is more like a threat. I differ with a lot of Nigerians because most Nigerians look at it from the perspective of patriotism, sovereignty of the country, which I agree with and I subscribe to. But of what importance is sovereignty or patriotism to a dead man? I come from Zamfara State, where you can rightly describe as the epicenter of these activities, where people are killed almost on a daily basis, and 99% of them Muslims. So the fact that there is no Muslim or Muslim country or Muslim president that can speak for the Muslims does not stop, a Christian president of a Christian country, from speaking of, for and for his people, that is the Christian community. I accept the fact that the Christians that are being killed in northern Nigeria are our brothers. They are fellow Nigerians. And if we can have them protected at least, I believe we are somewhere. As far as we are concerned, from Zamfara, and from what we are seeing in northern Nigeria, especially northwest, now we are gradually surrendering to the bandits, where you see communities on their own, taking the lead to now initiate dialogue and the peace resolutions. Maybe you put it in quote because that is we are just surrendering to them, because you see the bandits coming to the venue, in camouflage uniform of army, police, heavily armed and everything, while our security agencies, were standing by the side doing nothing. Now let us go back to the issue. So, like I said, sovereignty is something, patriotism is something. I'm not discounting them, but they are only meaningful when you are alive and when you have your freedom. Now, I told a friend. Now let us take Nigeria, pre-independence and Nigeria of today. Now, when the colonial masters came, they colonized us, which is maybe you can say quite unfortunate and everything. But then there are a lot of good things the colonial masters did to us. They gave us schools, they gave us roads, they gave us railway, they gave us medical facilities, they gave us a lot of things. Now, take the same scenario now. Now, when you look at what is happening like in Zamfara, now the people have already surrendered. They have given up and they have accepted the leadership, of the new masters in town. But for what do they have to show for it? Nothing. They are being killed day in, day out. They are being maimed, raped, children killed, and there is just nothing.
But Senator, okay, Honorable, let me bring you into the conversation now. General Musa, what do you make of that man? Good choice? Round peg in round hole, would you say?
I agree in total. If you check the pulse of the nation, I think in recent time, this is one of the most popular, is the most acceptable, or the most widely accepted appointment of the present government. So, his pedigree is not questionable. His expertise is not questionable. I've been one of those who believe that we should not over-politicize defense. You cannot take away politics from any human endeavor. However, the idea of bringing people who have no background in security to man the defense ministry is questionable. It must not be a security personnel per se, but it must be an academia, a professor who is inclined to those specifics. But you have to be somebody who has no knowledge of that area. So I agree.
Yeah, just like a lot of people will say, I mean, you can't even have a non-lawyer as the Attorney General of the Federation, the Minister of Justice. Just like you will, it's going to be disastrous if you go and bring an engineer to be the Minister of Finance. Those are technical areas, and such as security. You've got to find someone who is. But this man is fresh from the oven. This man, from tactical to operational, grew to the very highest level, and now, just a few weeks after retirement, is being drawn. Do you think it will have? I mean, well, these are his junior, who are now service chiefs, but then the person, the man that you know as a Christopher Musa, do you think he has that kind of charisma to be the one to lead as a Minister of Defense?
Don't forget that the military is purely regimented. So naturally, issue of command structure is not, it's not an issue. And the little I know, being the former CGS, is natural that they will respect him. However, we must go beyond that. These are just the cosmetics check. Is there the will? Mm-hmm. What can the Chief Minister of Defense do when you have your troops being infiltrated by the so-called repentant Boko Haram? It's absurd. I'm hearing for the first time anywhere in the world where you find people who have killed soldiers brought in to fight on their side. Who told you that they didn't surrender because you overpowered them? What gave you the conviction that you could? So we have a lot to do. Politics, the bounty the security personnel, and the will of government. We are where we are today because when this thing started, we deliberately played politics with it. People were looking at who is in power, who is not in power. I will come back to 2014. The North is complicit. The North played a major role in giving these people feathers and what have you. At that particular time, it was seen as an opportunity of throwing out Jonathan. And people play a lot of politics with it. And that is where we are today. So if we are genuinely sincere that we want to get out of this, we must be dispassionate, we must be sincere with ourselves, we must make sure no human being, no Nigerian will be above the law. If you cross the line, you're gone. So we must get the necessary political backup to do what is right.
Yeah.
That is the question.
And those who will say the handling of the emergence or the origin of Boko Haram has led us to where we are. If you remember, what year was this? When Abdul Muttalib strapped himself with explosive on an aircraft. A lot of Nigerians said that is not the DNA, that is not the trait, that is not that's not Nigeria. Few years later, people were strapping bombs around their waist and bombing market, bombing churches, bombing mosques.
I am from Kogi. I'm from Kogi West. It's a daily thing now. And I remember in 2016, 17, 18, when there was this unrestricted movement of people into Kogi West in the name of trying to be in this good book of the center. And we question, we caution, we warned. Majority of these guys are not Nigerians. It is natural that those who come from outside, without being unnecessarily harsh on them, will not have the blood and the DNA of protecting your home. What do you have to lose? So the political actors must be sincere in their decision. Mr. President, are you sincere? You want to get this out? Are you sincere? You can sacrifice your political inclination or your ambition to make sure that innocent bloods are no more shed. Can Musa look at you in the face and say, Mr. A.M., you are highly influential, who are highly politically, influential to your government, are culpable. I want to take them down.
And you see what happened to the lawmakers today. They disagreed. It shows that the temperature of the nation is being felt. When they say, bow and go, the questions are enough. The rest say, no, we must be able to take on this man. He must be able to show us that he can take up this job. And it shows that these people really are feeling the heat from the average person in the society. But the big question is, there are fundamental things that this man has to face. So we need to go to the root of the problem. We need to tackle the
you
situation.
Just making the head change? Yeah. What about the structures, the command structure? What about the commitment? What about what do you do with the information that comes from intelligent information? What do you do with them?
This man he has a lot on his plate.
There is a lot.
If you are to set an agenda for him, what do you think that this man is going to be up against? Immediately.
He is going to be against his own immediate constituency. Is he ready to look at them in the face and tell the politicians too, hey, I'm a professional. We need to do this. How is it possible that somebody gives an order for the military to move out of a place they were manning, and few minutes later, the band is struck? Who? We've heard a lot. I'm privileged to be in the house for 12 years. And I've heard in committees where military personnel will tell you who had the signal, were to move on them and were asked not to. Who? So, let me tell you sincerely, we are just a joke. No nation, I repeat, you can't find this level of insurgency in the nation if the system is not compromised. Our system are compromised from head down. Are we sincere with ourselves? Do we need the Donald Trump to give us a wake-up call? Okay, let's even agree. Let's give a wake-up call. Are we ready and sincere? Are we ready not to play politics with it?
Yeah.
It must not be about 2027. It must be a genuine commitment to say this must come to an end.
Quickly, let me get to Senator Marafa. Senator Marafa, are you satisfied with the grilling, the responses of General Musa on the floor today? And like I asked Honorable Yusuf about how some of the senators say, no, we need to hear the general speak to us about the solution. From what you heard today about in the screening, are you satisfied? Do you think this man can really get the job done?
Thank you very much, Sheun. I think the responses of the general, his appearance entirely as a whole, to me is a non-issue. There is no saying the fact that General Musa is eminently qualified to be the nation's defense minister, having rose through the ranks, to get to the top of his career. That is a 4-star general. So the issue is not about how he answered the question. The issue is like I said earlier, is one, is the president ready to end this problem?
If you are to give General Musa some kind of agenda setting, what would you say to him? I mean, you coming from the theater of banditry war in Nigeria, Zamfara, and this is a state that the northern governors and monarchs had said that there should be a halt and from a momentary suspension of mining activities in many parts of the country. These are the signaled as one of the reasons that has caused these banditry in our country. If you set an agenda for General Musa, what would you have to say to him?
Sean, you see, all these things like I said earlier, they are more like they are cosmetic. First and foremost thing, if I were to be in his position, first is I would ask the president and the commander-in-chief, to first and foremost clear, he should strengthen my arms. That is, there are people that are sabotaging the system, even right inside Ministry of Defense, and the president can do so, by ensuring that all persons of questionable characters, be it uniform or ununiformed, are removed, around the command center. That is where even close to the minister. On issue of mining, yes, mining is a contributory problem to the problems of insecurity. But Shaun, we know who the miners are. We know where they are. We know what they are doing. Now, does the president have the political will to stop them? Now, we have been through all these things. Service was suspended in Zamfara. Mining activities were suspended. Movement were curtailed. Interim Zamfara from so-so time to so-so time was stopped. I think up to now it is enforced. But all that didn't work because there is just no political will. Is the president ready to be the president of Nigeria and the commander-in-chief in Nigeria? He should stop being the president of APC. He should stop being the president of a section of the country. Let him address these issues, as the commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and must be ready to call a spade a spade. Now, anybody that is found wanting in this problem, the president is ready to deal with him or her, as and when due. And you have, what do you call it? You have now appointed, a square peg in a square hole. Now, but the issue is, what of the problems that still surrounds him around in the Ministry of Defense? Now, no matter how strong your gates are, no matter how high and how well fortified your walls are, you build a wall around yourself, you put gates, but you lock your gate with informants, with saboteurs inside your house. Now, chances are you cannot succeed. So, while I have no doubt in the capacity and the capabilities of the general appointed today, or that will be cleared today by the Senate. Now the issue is the president ready and willing to call a spade a spade? That is to strengthen the arms of the general. Now give him all that is needed. And
Senator, you mentioned something that is very crucial here. You said the miners, who these people are. Are these people culpable in the banditry and the insurgency we are saying? Is there any link? These are some of your brothers. You are from Zamfara, where mining is largely done. A huge percentage of the mining activities is found in your state of Zamfara. But there are other parts of the country where mining is being done. I mean, are you linking mining to the insecurity and banditry that we're seeing?
Shaun, mining, I said, is a contributory factor, in this banditry of a thing. Now, the truth of this matter now, banditry has become a value chain, a business, in Zamfara and in the Northwest and by extension in Nigeria. Now, it is a value chain. There are people that are benefiting from it from top to bottom. Now, mining is just one leg of it. And like I said, the president knows who the miners are. The president knows. Everybody knows what is going on. Now, is the president ready?
You are indirectly indicting the president when you say they know. He knows, because Nigerians also need to know. Are these people responsible for the insecurity? Mining is the business economic activities. Are they culpable in this? Because people are being killed. We cannot be hiding behind one finger. Who are these people? Are they responsible?
It is not my duty to tell you who the people are. This is a government. We are not talking of an individual. It is a government that has everything at his disposal. They have all the security architecture all around, you know. The intelligence community is there, everybody is there. But I'm telling you, a common man, even a common man, you know, walking the streets of Zamfara, knows this problem. And everybody knows this problem. But I told you,
how is this connected though? Because it's like somebody who has a supermarket and you are linking the supermarket to a crime. How is mining connected to banditry?
Money.
Are they giving the bandits money or what? Or the bandits protecting them or
they
what
exactly? They are making money from it, and the best way to do it is when people are terrorized and pushed out of their communities, and the whole area now becomes like what you call maybe a no-fly zone or a safe haven, you know, for them to operate and take whatever they want to take. But Shaun, first and foremost, like I said, now let us look at the areas that are known. There is a famous cleric in Sokoto, in the person of what's his name, Asada, something Asada. He has said times without number. He has made allegations, very, very weighty allegations. He has made these allegations and even challenged the authorities to call him, you know, or to sue him if what he said is wrong. Now, the issue is what was done out of that. Nothing has been done up till today, nothing. Now, he alluded to the fact that there are two problems we have. We have the bandits in the bush. Then we have their collaborators in the cities, some even in the government houses. And the people know this now, but nobody has ever, if you cannot reach the bandits, now can't you reach their collaborators in the city? People know them. But the issue is, say it today, tomorrow you are eliminated. Now this, what do you call it, this information leaked out, and nothing happens. If you are killed, and nobody cares. So now the issue is, do we have, if today the president is serious about this thing, now there are a lot of things he needs to do, he needs to put in place, just like he has done now, you know, by appointing, like I said, a square peg in a square hole. Now let him purge the Ministry of Defense itself, you know, from all problems, from all collaborators, from all people that are known, or
Senator,
people...
Yes. Senator, give me a moment. Honorable, these are heavy, heavy allegations, heavy comments made by Senator Marafa. And he's from that area, and he knows very well. But how do we meander? How do we overcome all of these messy and very murky situation we have found ourselves security-wise?
Political will. Can Mr. President stand up to these challenges? Can he decide to say,
are there people who are looking bigger than the society itself?
It is the
society
I'm hearing that makes it.
There are people, names of terrorists, they will name names, we never see them. Are there people who are bigger than this country and bigger than the law?
Made them bigger than the country. They are not bigger than the country. It is natural that when you do a thing and there's no consequence, you do it again. When it started, nobody believed it to get to this level. But there are people, like he said, who are making money from this mining, who believe that they must create this chaotic situation to create a safe haven for themselves. Then the bandits are armed. Initially, they are armed to protect their industry. You now have another group operating in another area. So you now have armies being formed by these business non-state actors. Those state actors to create safe haven for themselves. Then in the course of that, they will go into communities. Because naturally, when you go to a community where there is gold or what have you, the communities want to be part of the beneficiaries of these things. But when you chase them out, you overpower them. Nobody. And the government makes nothing directly. So they take these things out. But it still boils down to, hey, are we saying that, like he said, the DSS, the NMI, and what have you, with the investment we have in them, have no information about what is going on? No. So what we are saying is that, are we ready to fight this now?
All right, give me
General Musa is capable. Can we sincerely give him all the backing he needs to fight this?
Where do we go from here? We need some solutions and permanent one. Where do we go from here? Just less than 6 seconds, Senator.
Okay, thank you, Shehu. Now, let us just to put it directly. One, for this mission to succeed. Now, the president, like I said, should stop being the president of APC and become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What I mean by this is this. Now, the president should be ready, to call whoever is concerned on this issue to order, regardless of where he is or he or she is from. But a situation whereby if an APC member or the day you leave APC, the next day maybe your community is attacked, should be stopped. Now, two, like I told you, now when this KB problem happened, now there are two things that came up. Number one, we heard from the governor that they had credible security intelligence that this school was going to be attacked. And the military personnel were sent. 30 minutes to the attack, the military were withdrawn. Now, how many days, how many hours, how many minutes do we need to now know the names of these people that were posted, who called them out, and what happened there? Now, three, now the president himself ordered the Minister of State to relocate to Kebbi State and ensure that the children, were released. Now, the question to ask is, why the...
All right. Honorable, we're totally out of time. What should we be doing now?
First of all, give the Minister of Defense every necessary support he needs. Flush out of the system those found culpable or compromising our structure. Stop patting on the back Boko Haram, show up or whatever, arrested. Make a statement to the world that you really want to curb insecurity. With the moment there's that conviction, at the moment those who are on the other side, who perpetrate this, know that there are consequences to their action, you've won the war halfway.
All right. Honorable.
Welcome to Chamber Seniors TV.